Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me on The Joy of Poeting. I'm Anne Marie, and today we're going to explore the Quell, which is an invented form from the book version of Wicked. In the story, Madame Morrible shares a new kind of poem that had been popular in the salons there in the world of Oz and um, and recites a version that she wrote. And I'm going to share the version from the book so you can take a look at it. Okay, so Madame Morrible's poem that was anti-animal. We don't like Madame Morrible. This was her example. Alas, for impropriety, the guillotine of piety. To remedy society, indulge not to satiety in mirth and shameless gaiety. Choose sobering sobriety, behave as if the deity approaches in its mystery, and greet it with sonority. Let your especial history be built upon sorority, whose virtues do exemplify and social good thus multiply. Animals should be seen and not heard. And I think maybe in the British accent, they all have the E sound. So in theory, it's all one rhyme for 13 lines, followed by an unrhyming universal truth that sums up the 13 previous lines. We are pro animal here, though. Pro animals and animals. If you read the book Wicked, then you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe if you saw the movie. Okay, so I've never written a quell before, so we're gonna see how it goes. And I'm not sure what universal truth I'm going to use. Something like when it rains, it pours, or um, I don't know, what's another one? Eat the rich. I don't know. Do you have any ideas, people in the audience today, of what my universal truth might be? Sometimes I feel like I'm a improv comedian taking suggestions from the audience. I need somewhere you might go on a first date. I need a universal truth for the quell of the poem. Let's see, I'll think of something else. I feel like in order to write the poem, I have to have what the universal truth is first that I'm trying to write to. Um, what's been really important in my life lately? Now all I can think about is when it rains, it pours, but I don't think I want to use that. I feel like I want to have something more to say. Um, maybe I'll use this is um a line I use a lot is this too shall pass. Okay, that's what I'm gonna use. A little no, that I was gonna say a little Gandalf, but that was you shall not pass. Not the same. All right. So I'm gonna lift this up a little. Yoop. Okay. So I need 13 rhyming lines followed by an unrhyming universal truth. So I'm just gonna give myself a little template. I love a template. And then all the way to 14. 14. It's almost sonnet-like. Okay, so I'm gonna this too shall pass. Okay, so it can't rhyme with pass. Um, let's see. Let me just see what my opening line might be and then see if that's a good rhyming word. A good rhyming word could be shun. There are a lot of shun words. a lot of if words or it, or there's more of those, or a. Okay, this too shall pass. Um, okay. I mean, my, okay, so like my 13-month-old, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna go with it because my 13-month-old won't sleep through the night. That's not a really short line though. Won't sleep through the night. This is just a draft. I might change it. Boop, boop, boop. My 13-month-old won't sleep through the night, so I gotta go with it. Um, so let's create a word bank. Fight, height, light, might, sight, tight, white, bright, fright. Do I have 13 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slight, 2. Slight. I could make a joke with shite. Blight. Blight. I think it's like that. Blight. Trite. Trite, trite, trite. Plight. Flight. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay, my 13-month-old won't sleep through the night. Um, let's see. Uh, hmm, let's see. I don't know if I want to go with my again, but we'll see how it goes. My hair is more and more white, which is true. Okay, so I got night. Where's white? There it is. Oh, did I spell bright wrong? Bright. Boop. Um, okay. Uh, let's see. My hair is more and more white. Can't talk to my mom without a fight. This is not true, though. She's a lovely woman. We hardly ever fight. I think the last time we did was years ago. Can't talk to my mom without a fight. Um, uh, Waistbands are too tight. Okay. Um, Something maybe is out of sight. Um, I'm creating like a litany of complaints to lead to this too shall pass. Um, height. Mm, Maybe it would be heights. Um, Stress level at new heights. I'm not very great at rhyming. Some people have the rhyming knack. I feel like this is one of my lesser fortes when it comes to poetry writing. Stress level at new heights. Um, Light, bite. Mm, I want to go with light, I think. Um, like long, long tunnel, no light. Boop. One, two, three, four, five, oh, seven more. Geez Louise. Um, Now I'm rethinking the it. I could also have might, like I was bitten by a mite. Um, like dog is plagued with fleas and mites. Poor dog. Um, Trait. Slight fright. Bright. Um, Maybe I'll end with that, but that moon is still shining bright. Shining bright. This too shall pass. Okay. Where did I have bright? Oh, here. I'll just cross it out. Dog is plagued with fleas and mites. Um, Something like I missed my flight. Uh, Plane came early. Never happens. Missed my flight. Um, oh, I forgot. Right. Duh. Um, all my poems turn out trite. Um, Maybe I don't know how to write. Oops, write. Chick. Okay, two more. Um, Something like losing sight. Um, hmm, Long. I already did long. Um, hmm, Something and I'm losing sight. Um, Something like the horizon, sun setting on the horizon. Yeah, maybe I'll go into sun setting because then I talk about the moon. Sun setting, sun setting on the horizon. Sun setting. Just thinking if I want to say it that way. Sun setting on the maybe suns like sun is setting on the horizon. Losing sight. Check. And I did sight, bite, kite, um, might. I did might the other way. Might, fright. Hmm. Maybe the world seems to be going to shite. Okay, let's see what I got here. I've been trying to fix my camera because I feel like it's blurry. Like there's something on the lens or something, but uh, that's better, I think. But I feel like it's not as sharp as it usually is. Okay, let's see. My 13-month-old won't sleep through the night. My hair is more and more white. Can't talk to my mom without a fight. Waistbands are too tight. Stress level at new heights. Long tunnel, no light. Dog is plagued with fleas and mites. Plane came early, missed my flight. All my poems turn out trite. Maybe I don't know how to write. Sun setting. Maybe I just want to put sun setting, losing sight. The world seems to be going to shite. Maybe I need this world. World seems to be going to shite. But the moon is still shining bright. This too shall pass. So, one thing that I think I want to correct, maybe, let's see, what time is it? It's only 8:15. Okay. Maybe I'll try to do it now, is that in general, while rhyming, it's good to have a, a rhythm, like a flowing rhythm to it, like how, um, Dr. Seuss has the like da 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 da, or sonnets have iambic pentameter to them to create a metrical rhythm. I don't know how to do meter. I know that some people just think in iambic pentameter, and others have been doing it for so long that it comes more naturally to them. It doesn't come naturally to me to either think or write or even be able to identify meter when I'm looking at it on the page. But I can, like how a piano player might play by ear, I feel like I can listen to rhythm by ear. So I want to tighten some of these up so that the rhythm, like maybe these short ones that were here, maybe I would put them at the end so that the rhythm maybe starts out longer and then tightens up. My 13-month-old, so this could just be baby. My baby won't sleep through the night. Or maybe my baby doesn't sleep through the night. My baby doesn't sleep through the night. My hair is more and more white. Let me see. My baby doesn't sleep through the night. Okay, I have 9 here. My hair is more and more white. 7. Can't talk to my mom without a fight. 8. Can't talk to mom. Waistbands are too tight. 5. Stress levels at new heights. Long tunnel, no light. This could be dogs. Dogs plagued with fleas and mites. 6. Plane came early. Plane came early, missed my flight. All my poems turn out trite. Maybe I don't, maybe, maybe I don't know how to write. So that's 8. Um, maybe, maybe I don't know how to write. Maybe I can't write. Maybe I, hmm, don't know if I can write. Maybe just don't know if I can write. Don't know if I can write. Don't know if I can write. 6. Sun's setting, losing sight. World seems to be going to shite. That's too long. Okay, world seems to be going to shite. World, world filled with more and more shite. World filled with more and more. So then that's 7. World filled with more and more shite. But that moon is still shining bright. Maybe just so. But that moon's still so bright. 6. This too shall pass. 4. Okay. So what I'm gonna try is seeing how this poem is if I now put the lines in order in how many syllables they have, except for these two at the end. I'm still going to leave those as like the concluding 2 lines. So my baby doesn't, I think, yeah, my baby won't sleep through the night. Okay, that's the longest one. And then I could just put hair is more and more white. I could also say just baby. Baby won't sleep through the night, so that's actually 8. Um, can't talk to mom without a fight. Plane came early, missed my flight. Um, world filled with more and more shite. And then all my poems turn out trite. Don't know if I can write 6. Oops. Sun's setting, losing sight. Um, dogs plagued with fleas and mites. Stress levels at new heights. I guess this is, semi-auto autobiographical. There you go. Hair is more and more white. Oop. Okay, did I get all the 6s except for these 2? I did. Okay. Okay. Um, waist bands too tight. Long tunnel, no light. But that moon's still so bright. This too shall pass. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, let's see how this one sounds now that I changed around the lines according to how many syllables they had. Baby won't sleep through the night. Can't talk to mom without a fight. Plane came early, missed my flight. World filled with more and more shite. All my poems turn out trite. Don't know if I can write. Sun setting, losing sight. Dogs plagued with fleas and mites. Stress levels at new heights. Hair is more and more white. Waistbands too tight. Long tunnel, no light. But that moon's still so bright. This too shall pass. I think that sounds better where, oops, I didn't have the whole poem up there. I think that that sounds better where the syllable counts start longer and then they tighten up. It feels like it's going through like a funnel of syllables there, and then it lands nicely on those last two lines. I like that better than this first draft here. And I think if I were to try, I'll change my camera, hold on. I think that if I were to try to do a quell again, that I would, I would try to create enjambments on the lines so that the that the rhyme in the sentence, like not each line is their own individual sentence. Like maybe I would try to create a flow where the last word of each line is the rhyming word, but it's not necessarily the end of the sentence. Um, I'm trying to think if I have, give me just one second. I'm going to see if I have Taylor Bias's poetry book handy. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh. Oh, I do know where it is. Okay, I don't think it's on my shelf because I think it's in my purse. Let's see, baby shoes, other poetry books, journal. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Because I've talked about her before, and she has a number of sonnets in here, and um, the sonnets are not in iambic pentameter, but they are 14 lines with the rhyming pattern. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna change my screen again. Oops, not that, not that. Okay. So her poem South Side is a sonnet, and she has the rhymes at the ends of the sentence, or at the end of the lines, I should say, but they're not necessarily at the end of the sentence. So I'll just read the first stanza so you can get kind of a sense. This is what teaches me love. Your streets, they're wailing for their dead, the way a siren becomes a mother too. How my parents hold me like some frail thing to their chests at night, how quick they are to cover my ears when the block gets hot. So, you know, you just, the rhymes then flow into the next line. And I love the way that she does this. And it's almost like the, there, it's almost like an illusion. I didn't even realize that it was a sonnet at first. It wasn't until the last two lines, the final couplet that rhyme, that my mind was like, oh, wait, I think that's a sonnet. And then I went back and was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart and well done. So, oh, highly recommend this book, by the way. If I haven't talked about it before, during these sessions, well, I definitely have, but if you haven't been here for when I talked about it, this book is just a masterpiece. Okay, so I think if I were to write another one, maybe I will, maybe that'll be my challenge. I would try to create those enjambments and make the rhymes at the end of the lines flow into the next line so that there's more of a, um, I don't know, like a flowy, more like a more flowy narrative or something. But I feel like that might take multiple revisions and not just 30 minutes on a Zoom show, doing it live while people are watching. No pressure. Okay. Uh, any questions? Also, I had made an announcement last week, but now the event is up on Eventbrite. Martheus Perkins is going to be here on May 18th, demonstrating the poetic form triptych. It's where you write a poem in three columns, and the poem can be read across or down. It's very hard. And he has one in his newest book that's coming out in July. So I invited him here to demonstrate how he wrote his triptych. So that'll be May 18th. And then we have a couple other special guests, James Coates on May 25th, doing his invented form for Four Kings. And then Ginger Ayla will be here to demonstrate the centum, a hybrid of the cento and pantoum. And those are separate events, so you won't get the emails with the uh, same Zoom link. So you have to go into Eventbrite and sign up for those separate. Did I have anything else that I want to share? Oh yeah, I do. I have a big announcement. I mean, it's not going to be anytime soon, but so my friend Joseph, my poetry friend Joseph, and actually I should have him on the show because it's because of him that this show exists. In the first place, he reached out to me asking if I wanted to collaborate on like a book resource on poetic forms. And so we've kind of been going back and forth and figuring out how we wanted that to look. But then I came up with the idea for this show and have been loving doing it. So I should have him on. And so I came up with a new idea that instead of doing like a poetic form a day type of journal or um, like writing prompt book or like calendar or something, that it would be more of a poetic form book of templates. So it would be like for example, with the Quell, there would be the explanation of what the quell is, and then an example, a better example of what a quell is, like one that either Joseph or I wrote. And then on the next page, it would be a template to create one yourself. So if you're feeling like overwhelmed or you don't know where to start with poetic forms, that these templates would just spell it out for you to write your own and to try it out. I know that when I write in form, it helps me to have a template, particularly like Pantoum or Villanelle and things like that. So I'm working on that and I feel really excited about it. I have no idea when it'll be out, but the idea exists and I'm working on it now. So you're the first to know.
Thank you. This is Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Yeah. Um, when you give, because I'm new to the poetry thing, you know, I've been writing a lot, but I don't know all of these terms that you're throwing out. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. Which terms do you
well, like
know?
the one you gave when you started your writing, I was a little late. The name of that, when you were just now finished writing that, you had to redo it. And I wrote, I enjoyed the new one. That was me in the chat. Yeah. And when you were saying who's gonna be coming next, and you gave, so that way I can get a chance to read, those types of poetry so that I can understand it better. So if
Oh,
you write it down or spell it out,
yeah. So
I
a triptych and it is spelled kind of strange. So it's
uh,
Triptych. Why is it spelled like that?
uh,
I don't know. But it's
okay.
spelled like that. And if you Google triptych poems, so triptych can also be like a series of three panels in art.
Hmm.
So if you Google triptych, you might find some like visual paintings that are
Right.
three panels together. So you have to type in triptych poetry or triptych
Hmm.
poem or something like that, and you'll be
Right.
able to find examples that
Right.
way.
Now you said that somebody else was going to come on the 8th,
18th, May
18th.
18th. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what type of poetry was that that person would be doing?
The
Because
same,
you said
yeah, he'll
that
be
it can go
demonstrating
up
the
and
triptych.
down or across. You can do it or read it. Is that the same as the triptych?
That's right. So he'll be demonstrating that
Oh,
poetic
okay.
form. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is my second or my third time with you, and I just love it.
Oh, great. Thanks for
I
being
love
here. Yeah, and if you have questions like that, or if I say something and you're like, "Wait, what the heck was she talking about?" Just unmute and ask your
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
So, you don't there's no like vow of silence here. So you can
No.
just, interrupt respectfully, Uh,
Absolutely.
then you can
Absolutely.
just ask your question whenever,
Okay.
and I'm happy
Thank
to
you.
answer.
Yes, yes. Loving it.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad. Anything else?
No, that's it. I'm still watching you. I got to plug my computer up because it's blinking. And but I'll be on here
Great.
until we finish.
Anything from
Thank
anybody
you.
else in the audience? Any other questions or comments or hopes, fears, dreams? Okay. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, then you can always email me as well. So, I will see you next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week, but I will think of something. Are there any requests? Okay. Then I will just go through my list of like 200 something poetic forms that I have in my spreadsheet, and I'll choose one that appeals to me, and you'll know about it on my social media and the email that I send out. All right. Thank you
Now,
everyone for
uh,
being here.
of course, do I
Oh,
have to sign up for your next one, or you just send it out to?
no, I'll just send it out. So you only have to
Good.
sign up for my weekly Zoom show once, and then you're on the list until you tell me to take you off the list, and I
Oh, okay.
will. You just
Okay.
say I don't want to be on the list anymore.
Okay.
But the special guests, so
Right.
my three friends who are coming, those are separate. So you have
Uh-huh.
to sign up for those separate.
Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you.
And they're on the same Eventbrite page, so
Oh,
they're all together.
okay. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right.
again.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming. I'll see you
Okay.
next week. Bye
Right.
bye.
Bye-bye.